Hey everyone! Welcome back to K Joy Newsroom. I'm your host, Ara, and today we are going to talk about this latest controversy involving Blackpink's Rosé, a behind the scenes revelation she made about a fight with Bruno Mars, and how that seemingly innocent anecdote lit up the internet with harsh reactions. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from K Joy. So, here's the full story. In a recent interview with Vogue, Rosé was asked to share something about Bruno that fans might not know. She responded with surprising candor.
Can you tell us a story about you and Bruno that no one else knows?
Me and Bruno. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I had the biggest fight with Bruno right before the music video shoot. But we made up on set, so it was all right. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me. Let's not fight. Let's be friends.
That revelation, "Oh my God, he's gonna kill me," was meant in jest, but it quickly became a flashpoint. Many netizens saw it as Rosé bringing Bruno Mars into the conversation one too many times, relying on his name and making herself look dependent on that connection. On X, formerly Twitter, criticism flooded in. One user wrote, "If obsessed was a person." Another pointed out, "For a whole year, she's been talking about Bruno Appa everywhere she goes, whether it's relevant or not. No Bruno, no hype." One even went further. "She built her entire identity around Bruno. It's actually embarrassing." Others questioned why she keeps centering interviews around him, rather than her own independent achievements. The year would be 2050, and the only thing she will keep talking about is Bruno Mars. That's what happens when you're a one-hit wonder. Another wrote, "She doesn't have more friends? It looks like her whole life turns around Bruno. It's really creepy." So the reaction changed in tone, from curiosity or surprise to criticism and fatigue. Yet, support also rose among fans. One defended her by pointing out the context of the question. "So it's her fault they ask her about Bruno? The is she supposed to do, ignore the question?" Another pushed back even harder on the critics. "They literally asked her if there's a story about her and Bruno that no one knows. What else was she supposed to say? Y'all slow as and a few veered into the more personal. Is she in love with him or something because it's embarrassing at this point? She has only been talking about Bruno for a long time. I guess she has no other success." Let's pause to take in the full picture. Rosé is not just someone casually name-dropping Bruno Mars. She's at a stage in her career where her solo work is being fiercely judged, and any perceived reliance on high-profile collaborations or name associations becomes a lens through which people interpret her authenticity. It's worth noting that Rosé's track Apaté, which is a collaboration with Bruno, has been one of her major solo successes. The song blends pop punk, and indie rock influences, and it cleverly incorporates a Korean drinking game chant, giving it international appeal. Further, Apaté made history. It spent 12 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Global 200 and the Global Excluding US chart, marking one of her biggest solo achievements. Rosé also recently won Song of the Year at the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards for Apaté, making her the first K-pop artist to do so. In her acceptance speech, she made sure to thank Bruno, among many others. "Bruno, I know what you're watching. Oh my God. Thank you so much for believing in me and helping me build this world together." So, the connection between Rosé and Bruno isn't just a media talking point. It's deeply woven into the trajectory of her latest music. But that also means when she mentions him, observers interpret it as part of her branding, or even her identity. Some fans see the fight anecdote as humanizing, a glimpse behind the polished surface. One fan comment observed, "Seeing artists spill tea about behind-the-scenes moments like fights before shooting videos makes everything feel so raw and real. It reminds me that everyone, even celebs, deal with the same messy emotions." A few joked about how this tension might even add artistic energy. Oh, wow. Even stars have their moments. Can't wait to see how that tension translates into the Apaté music video. Sometimes a little drama makes art even better. Another chimed in saying, "The fight was over pizza." Bruno wanted pepperoni and Rosé wanted pineapple. Another tweeted, "Now I know why Bruno was extra happy when Rosé kissed him laughing my ass off." Behind the backlash and the support, this controversy raises broader questions. To what degree can artists refer to collaborators in their narrative before it's seen as dependency? How much commentary, how much context is allowed? When a celebrity shares personal moments, how should the public interpret them? For Rosé, this probably stings because she's constantly navigating public perception between being a global K-pop icon, building her solo brand, and collaborating with Western stars. In another interview, she had already spoken about her friendship with Bruno and how meaningful it is, not just professionally, but personally. As she said in an earlier interview, "Bruno has been like a big brother to me throughout this whole process. He believed in me when I was doubting myself, and he made me feel like I could really express who I am through my music. I've learned so much from him, not just about performing, but about being confident in my own voice." This quote gives a glimpse of the genuine respect and warmth Rosé feels toward Bruno, which makes the backlash even more unfortunate. Her 2024 was also described by Rosé herself as the toughest and most rewarding year, marked by her debut solo album Rosé and the success of Apaté. In the end, what Rosé said was brief and playful. It might have invited scrutiny, but it also opened a window into the pressures she faces, from fans, from collaborators, and from the public eye. Okay, Joysters, what do you think? Honestly, those comments were way too harsh and overly critical. It's clear Rosé didn't mean any harm. She was just being open and answering the question she was asked. But what about you? Do you think people are being unfair to her? Or do you see where some of the criticism is coming from? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Thanks for tuning in to K Joy. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're always first to know what's happening in the world of K-pop. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and stay tuned.